into our second phase. The second reason I recommend this account and why it may be a very good fit for you is once we talk about the guarantees and we know that we can't lose a dime of our principal, the next thing we really want to look at is, and we feel we have a responsibility, let's go grow this money and let's grow it as big as we possibly can without taking any risk to your principal. Now, the way that we've done this is we're going to use a balanced approach to crediting interest to your contract. The balanced allocation annuity provides the safety of a traditional fixed annuity, but at the same time, we're offering you the opportunity to choose how interest is credited to your account. And we're going to demonstrate that down here. What this is our balanced allocation strategy. And if you look here, I promise to point out some of the patents as we go. This is the first patent on our product. Think of this as the engine, if you will, or the motor that makes all of this growth happen. This is our balanced allocation strategy. What that is, quite simply, is a predetermined blend of two elements. This first element is an allocation towards the S&P 500. That's really where we get the growth, where we really get the juice with no cap, on the upside earnings. At the same time, we're going to have an allocation towards the declared rate, so a fixed interest rate. These two components working together, minus any applicable charges, which we'll talk about in a moment, means 100% of your monies are working for you within the balanced allocation strategy. Now, those grow at no cap. At the same time, if you see that arrow, it's pointing at interest earned. Whatever this strategy grows, you're going to receive one rate of interest on 100% of your money. That interest combined with your premium, or what we like to call your deposit, those two together become your accumulation value. Now, I know that's pretty simple. You've probably invested like that in the past but never had this kind of a guarantee. It's some equity components and some fixed components blended together in a no-cap strategy that gives you 100% participation in the balanced allocation strategy. However, to better understand how this works, we've got another graph down here at the bottom. And let's look at the advantages of taking this balanced approach. What we've done, if you see this bar graph here, what we've done is historically, hypothetically, looked over real-life market conditions for the past 30 years and applied the balanced allocation strategy over those real-life market conditions. And what we wanted to find out is if we took a $100,000 or a deposit and put it into the balanced allocation strategy and bought a brand new balanced allocation annuity every single business day for the last 30 years and then held onto that account for 12 consecutive years at a time. We take all of that data, and it comes out to be something like 9,950 possible combinations. You take all that data, what we wanted to find is what would be the worst, what would be the average, and what would be the best 12-year performance period in the last 30 years. Here's what we found. $100,000 in our worst performing 12-year period in the last 30 years, your $100,000 would have grown to almost $119,000. Our average, $100,000 would have grown to more than $174,000. In our best 12-year period in the last 30 years, your $100,000 would have grown to more than $217,000. Now, it could do better, it could do worse, but it can't do any worse when I talked about the principal guarantee than your $100,000 still being worth $100,000 regardless of any market condition. Some of the things we like to focus in on, we don't want to get too aggressive. We want to set the expectation somewhere through here with our clients. What you'll find with us, we want these plans to work. We want you to feel comfortable with them. But what we don't want to do is overpromise and underdeliver. We want to set some expectations that even worst case scenario, we're going to have a plan that's going to provide the income and the death benefit that you're probably looking for. The third reason we recommend this program is for flexibility. The balanced allocation annuity provides you with the flexibility to track your annuity contract values during the life of the contract. This is really key when you come to making decisions, because I would imagine any other investments or any other programs you've had in the past, is it possible for you to go online or call the banker or call your plan administrator? You know what the values are every single day in your other accounts. Is that fair?
Yeah, but I have that right now.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Basically.
Yep. We want you to have the same thing. And sometimes, it's in explaining what this is, sometimes we have to explain what it isn't. This is the only fixed indexed annuity available in the marketplace today that actually tracks values daily. That's another patent on this product. So we don't expect you to jump up and down and be all excited about it, but if we kind of turn the tables and say none of the other products do that, they only tell you what your value is one day a year, and you got to go 364 days not knowing if you're making any money in your account. Now, it doesn't make it bad, doesn't make it wrong, but it makes it antiquated. It makes it that 20-year-old technology that, we're saying you don't need to do that anymore. It's kind of barbaric. Now, why doesn't everybody do that? This is where you find out that we are greedy capitalists. We're not sharing this technology anymore with anyone else. We're doing it here. We're not for everybody. We're a private label product. We've got 4,100 financial advisors that are authorized to position you in this product nationwide. For those who embark on this educational experience to figure out what's the best product within this realm, I think you're going to end up where we are and judge this as one of the very best, for your dollars. One of the things that we can do, we track values daily. We've got a website that once you become a client and we issue your annuity contract, we'll show you how you can request a username and a password. Not that you'll go look at it every day, but it is kind of fun to see how the news of the world is affecting your account. And even when there's bad news, your account's not losing any value. One of the other things I want to share with you with respect to flexibility is I want to look at the power of 2-year crediting terms. Now, because we can track the values daily, I want to demonstrate in this graph something that's really unique to us as well. Now, just like we did a moment ago where we looked back historically, hypothetically, over real-life market conditions for the last 30 years and then applied that balanced allocation strategy to those conditions to see what the performance might have been, we've done the same thing here, but instead of a 12-year crediting period, 12-year holding period, we're looking at 2 years. I want to demonstrate the power of these 2-year terms. Here's what we found. In our worst performing 2-year period in the last 30 years, it's actually good news. If you put $100,000 in, your account is still worth $100,000, regardless of market conditions. No matter how bad the stock market might have gone, you cannot lose a dime of your principal. In our average 2-year performance period in the last 30 years, $100,000 would have grown to almost $109,000. We could stop right there. That's exciting. That's a compounded rate of return of over 4.25%, for both of those years for any 2-year period in the last 30 years. But at the same time, look at our best performing 2-year period. Now remember, this is a fixed annuity. Look at this, $100,000 in just 2 years would have grown to more than $131,000. I don't know if this market condition will ever repeat itself, but what I do know is because we have no cap on your upside earnings potential, if things really start to take off, you're going to see an explosion in your account and the values will go up. And you're not going to feel like you missed out by not buying securities or taking risk, because though you won't get 100% of what the S&P 500 is growing, you're going to have no limit on how much we can actually place into your account, and you're going to feel good about it instead of taking,
Excuse me 1 second. This chart is assuming that I take no withdrawals for at least 12 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, we fully expect you to take money out of your account and spend it. And beyond this demonstration of just kind of generic how the product works, I'm going to encourage you to work with. He can use all of these formulas in an insurance company approved illustration system, which is unique. We're the only ones that have a product you can illustrate. And we can demonstrate and say, what if we put $100,000 into this account? What if I started taking X $100 a month for the next 4 years? What would happen based on historical hypothetical returns that we've actually seen in this product? What we can do is show worst case scenario, in other words, if it never grows, and at the same time, we've been authorized by Aviva. We can show the kind of rate of returns you're looking at right now. We can show this within the product, even with taking income, because the interest would be paid on the dollars that are left in the account.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple, but we show this in dollars. We'll start showing it in percentages here in a little bit. I think it'll make a lot of sense for you. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're really proud of this. It's a great non-cap strategy. offering all the safety and security of a traditional fixed annuity, but no cap on your upside earnings potential, and you're not settling for, you know, a 1.5 or a 2% guaranteed compounded rate, you know, that's currently in the marketplace today at low interest rates. So this has become very popular. Still talking about flexibility.